She stares at a pile of books on a table for a moment, before giving in. But she's genuinely curious to see what they contain. Okay then, you start with the oldest ones, and I'll start from the newest. We'll pick out any strange incidents or accidents. Time for some proper student council work, I think. It's not like these things happen all the time. We got through that way quicker than expected. So going through the almanacs, there are barely any entries relating to the 7 mysteries, so we've been able to get through all of them before sundown. I relay my findings to my friend as she opens up an almanac she's already finished, and scans the text again. There are a few entries relating to a shapeshifter, but they didn't go into too much detail. Still a mystery as to why this creature that takes the form of the person it appears to is referred to as Shifter. They decided not to look into it any further and left it unsolved. Yeah, but I have found 2 things. Oh? First, the shapeshifter doesn't just appear in the textiles room, but as the name would suggest, it's also been spotted in various other places around the dorms. Oh, you mentioned it. All recent sightings have been in the textiles room, haven't they? It seems that when the rumours first started, it was seen in other places too, but recently it's only appeared there. So I thought that perhaps the original sighting was the textiles room too, but the ring of the almanacs indicated there have been more sightings than elsewhere. That's unique to this rash of sightings, strange. And what's the other thing? This isn't about a shapeshifter, but about the penmanship in these almanacs. They are all written in green ink. I honestly hadn't noticed until she brought it up. Now you mention it, you're right. I think that's just what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be using a fountain pen with green ink too. Writing in green ink is a charm to make sure your words aren't erased by evil spirits. I wonder what the president who first started using ink was afraid of. I shudder at her words. That's not funny. The joke is too creepy for me to laugh it off. A while ago, I'd been flipping through the very first almanac and found the page where the 7 mysteries first made their appearance had been torn down from the middle. I remember how when I first laid eyes on that unnatural rip, a horrid shiver ran down my spine. She was looking through the oldest book, so she must have seen it too. I sneak a look at her forward brow, wondering if it had inadvertently given her a bad experience. Hey, Yuzuriha. I have a favour to ask. Sure, I'll do it. You don't know what I'm going to say yet. I'm resolved to stick with you to the bitter end today. I smile sardonically as she claps her hands together in gratitude and goes on to ask me for something far more outrageous than I expected. So what are you asking? Thank you for indulging me. If it were a choice between God and you, I'd pick you every time. We're in a dark, silent textiles room. My best friend had asked me to investigate the recent haunt of shapeshifters in the dead of night. Guess I'm not going to be finishing that scarf in time. Preparing a present had already been a race against time, but there's no point in fighting a battle you can't win. If it's a request from Neri, I have no choice but to forsake God himself. I know you're joking, but you still shouldn't say things like that. Yeah, I know. It's borne upon me, as they say. Her brow wrinkles my joking, theatrical response, but it quickly smooths again as she surveys the gloomy interior of the room. It's pretty atmospheric in here. It really is. Hey, Yuzuriha, does that mannequin over there seem like it could start moving any moment? I really don't understand what you enjoy about this. Here in this dark room in the dead of night, there's prospect for encountering a monster or two doesn't seem all too unrealistic. Plus, I already know there's a side of supposed supernatural occurrences. The biggest factor is simply I've always been a scaredy cat. Most of the stories about encountering a shapeshifter start with a student sitting here in the chair, focused on their work. As she speaks, she sits down on a chair in the centre of the room and looks around. She's clearly looking for a creature. Girl's got balls to say that much. See anything out of the ordinary? I thought if I surveyed the room from his position, I might find something, but there's nothing would act as a mirror. So she's not certain the explanation being a supernatural one. On the surface, she's acting her role as the vice president of the Council of Nicaea, with the interest of the other students at heart. But now I know it's not all for show, I scratch my fear and squint into the corners of the room. There isn't really anywhere to hide either. What do you mean by that? It's also possible there's someone dressing up to give people a fright, right? But even if you were engrossed in your work, you'd still hear a creak of a door if someone opened it. Someone lying in wait to scare them. Do you really think there's someone here at the Academy who would do such a thing? 3 names spring to mind around much trouble. I think I have 3 particularly boisterous underclassmen. I'm sorry, the answer to that is obvious. Must have someone in mind too. More than a few students took it upon themselves to get out with their nighttime jaunts during the Huckman brouhaha in the summer. So I was thinking maybe someone was hiding in order to jump out and scare people, but I can't see any hiding spots, which means... Is it the real ghost? It's a bit early to jump to that conclusion, but if we can't find any other evidence... I open one of the cupboards where the cloth is stored, but of course the space isn't big enough for a person to fit. Now and he also gets up from a seat and starts going around the room, opening a door here, peeking to a corner there. However, investigation yields nothing. She stares out of the second floor window, seemingly deep in thought. Don't tell me a thing of some prankster scaled the wall and climbed up to scare them? No, I was just looking at the rows of cherry trees behind the dorm building. No, it's the sky now is looking at. With a smile, she suggests we step outside for a bit. Noah's invited me out behind the dorms. That's the thumbnail if ever I saw one. So we can gaze up at the starry night sky together. It's a way of showing her she cares, thanking me for spending the entire day with her. My good Samaritan, huh? I turned the phrase over in my mind. After she'd asked me to stargaze with her, I prepared a thermos flask. I take it out now and pour 2 cups of steaming coffee. I watch Noah as she stares intently at the stars. Her pale golden hair, pearly white skin, framed by the appearance of out-of-season firefly glowing in the night. It's like her shining inner virtue is too great to be contained and is flowing out into the world around. I don't need the mystery of the stars. I'm entranced by Saint Angraecum Academy. Hey, Yuzuriha, look! You can see the Andromeda constellation. I don't know much stars. Where is it? Pull up my finger. It's next to the Perseus constellation there. She points out in childlike excitement, the light of the stars dancing in her celadon eyes, stare into her dazzling depths of them warm despite the chill of the night air. I affectionately remind her that the only constellation I know is Cassiopeia, as I hand her a steaming cup of coffee. She thanks me, wrapping both hands around the warm cup and pursing her pretty pink lips to blow with scalding liquid. This is a special blend, so take your time to savour it. I can't cup it down anyway. I'm not you, I'd burn my tongue. I turn to blowing on my coffee like a child to cool it down. Take small tentative sips. Take a mouthful of my own, my eyes never leaving her luscious lips. Bitter. I knew I should have gone with a tea instead. My taste buds aren't mature enough to appreciate such acidic, bitter notes. However, it's delicious. Its rich, complex bitterness. Is it mandolin? Bingo. And here I was thinking you'd mistake it for Colombian. She smiles her winning smile at me as she sips on her coffee like it's the most delicious thing she'd ever tasted. Seeing the expression on her face wipes my worries away. I prefer a latte. Nothing. Just think that's a bit of astronomical observation of your coffee isn't half bad. Right. The sky in autumn is quite a sight. She turns to gaze up to heavens again. I'll sneak a splash of milk into my own cup. There. Much easier to drink. I love the stars in autumn. People say it's the boring season, but it's when all the main players of tales and constellations meet. The sky becomes a story. Really? At best, I only recall Cassiopeia, Orion, and the Winter Triangle. Neri nestled close to me and extends a milky white finger, traces shapes of constellations across the velvety canvas of the sky. That's Andromeda, of whom I mentioned before. In Greek mythology, Perseus was the hero sent to rescue her. Makes it so much more dramatic when you know their stories, doesn't it? Her words vaguely remind me of some story in some movie somewhere. But right now, I've got more important things in my mind. No scent. We're so close to me, I find myself enveloped in a perfume, the sweet fragrance of a lily valley. Losing myself in it, I forget when I'm outside and dark and cold. You can find it if you follow a great square of Pegasus. See? Yeah, right. As your explanations wash over me as I savour a scent more bittersweet than any coffee. Like Neri herself, its gentle, calming fragrance. The scent of my beloved Good Samaritan. Hey, Yuzuriha. Huh? What is it, Neri? I feel like I've been awoken from a dream. Can I try your coffee? She's grinning innocently. She must know I've added milk, smiling right at the fact that yet again I'm giving in to her. Hold my cup out. It does smell different when you add milk to it. She draws in a deep breath, savouring the aroma. When without taking the cup from my hands, she leans in and sips delicately from it. It's delicious. I'm glad to hear it. It's a meaningless moment between friends, shared 1,000 times before, and yet I never get used to it. Because she's my Good Samaritan. What is it, Yuzuriha? But someone I respect once said, a Good Samaritan is someone who can be there for others when we're hurting or suffering. The girl I love, Yuzuriha Yatsushiro, has always been there for me whenever I've struggled. My hands are freezing. I take hold of her soft hand. Unlike mine, it's toasty warm enough to melt my frozen heart. You're so cold. Let's take this until we got you warmed up. Yeah, thanks, Neri. With our fingers entwined, she strokes her thumb lightly over a palm of my hand. It's a gesture of friendly affection, like two dogs rubbing noses, but let's always be friends, Yuzuriha. Her hand warms mine, even though her words turn inside back to ice. Yeah, always. Friend zoned again. Leans against me, and her soft golden hair brushes against my cheek. The warm feeling of contentment with gentle fragrance tickling my nose. The 7 mysteries aren't all bad. Because as much as I hate ghost excursions, there's another chance to affirm our unwavering friendship. A bird calls into the night. The one beside me makes me sleep and soon doze off. I'm so busy with my head is spinning. I'm so busy I'm in every episode. Bye bye.